I have two bodies, but they're galaxies apart. The first body works a grueling 996 job in the real world, but the second body lives in the world of immortals. He's a death dealer everyone fears, because he can revive endlessly, and whenever he dies, he can send stuff from the immortal world back to reality. I wanted to use this power to hit it big, but on my very first crossing, I got mistaken for a pervert by a bathing fairy, and she stabbed me dead with her sword. The fairy still looked embarrassed and angry as she glanced at the ordinary guy lying near her feet. Then a vortex swirled in the air, and someone stepped out.
He pointed a finger?
And my body instantly turned to dust, disappearing completely. It was the fairy's master. With a slight frown, he grunted. Just a mortal body. Yet he slipped into your room quietly? This can't be brushed off. Meanwhile, I suddenly jolted awake. Hosts return complete. Earnings from this trip, unknown. Lin Daolu, please check system info. My other body can travel to 10 unknown worlds a day. Each death triggers a random talent draw. If I survive for an hour, I keep the talent I drew. Just as I was about to travel again, another voice spoke up. 100x backpack activated. Any non-living item placed inside gets duplicated by 100 times. Talk about double the perks. Right then, I tossed in some instant noodles. Sure enough, one pack became 100. Gotta strike while the iron's hot. I picked travel again on the spot. This time, I got the payback blue talent. Revenge boosts my training by 10%. And luck by 10% too. Right away. My other body got a new buff. I landed in some wilderness this time. Seems like every travel dumps me at a random spot. Just then, the system sounded an alert. You've been locked onto by a forbidden being. That aura. Immortal was just wiped out. But he's still alive. He vanished 10,000 miles in less than an hour. Interesting. 49 minutes and 59 seconds until arrival. This time I was just stunned. Still, it's not totally hopeless. Within these 49 minutes, I'd better max out my gains. Plans here should have some medical value. Let's go for it. I started pulling weeds right away. I didn't even spare rocks or dirt. Soon, only 7 minutes left until arrival. Seeing how little time was left, I stopped. Right there, I made a fire, took some noodles from my bag and started boiling them. And just then, a clear voice whispered by my ear. "Huh, you seem pretty chill." Then everything went black. I passed out instantly. This time, I couldn't even stand his voice. Gains: 123 weeds, 99 dirt, 100 stones, 730 unknown energy. Didn't keep any talents this round. I opened my 100x backpack. It was packed with tens of thousands of weeds. So I grabbed a random weed from the bag and just bit it without hesitation. A chill instantly flooded my body, especially my head. My mind got much clearer. Told you it'd work. I've got 8 chances left today. No time to waste. I sent my other body to travel again.
Talent drawn, Mystic Sight Blue.
This time I got Mystic Insight as a gift. Plus 100% comprehension. Plus 50% passive skill chance. A rare fruit. Wherever I appear, a ripe mystical fruit grows. I landed outdoors again and saw on a random tree nearby. There was a fruit. I quickly snatched it. The system pinged again. You're being tracked by something unknown. Only 9 seconds till arrival. No time for drama now. Just 9 seconds left. This Mystic Sight talent. I don't want to lose it. 7 seconds on the clock. Thinking fast, I grabbed a little straw from the ground and jabbed it in my ear. Right as I moved, the air went crushingly still. A vortex opened right in front of me. Mystic Sight Fiend. The aura matches. But the soul is different. Then everything went black again. This being dragged me back to their sect. Then he woke up a human-shaped stone statue saying, "There's something I need you to do." The statue followed his gaze and spotted me lying on the ground. You've got Mystic Sight? That's rare talent, almost at our level. But this guy is strange. His origins are unclear. I want to step into the river of time to find his roots. You need to mark him. and keep him safe. After King Xuan finished, he pointed with his hand. Suddenly, the cold ground I was lying on turned into a giant river. It was the river of time. Now let's see where you really came from. He breathed out a wisp of energy into me, and my body started changing like crazy. But then he realized the river washed over me. But he couldn't find my past. My future didn't show either, like I'd never existed. In the river of time, even old emperors have past lives. King Xuan paused and went deeper into the river with me. My body kept changing again, but this time after the change. Even he was baffled. Strange, no past body, that's impossible. As he was about to pull me out and step in further, a wave suddenly rose up, bringing a fragment of sword shadow. Just the tip showed, and I shattered with the wave. Over the river of time, a blurred figure appeared. People of past epochs. Go no further. Back at my apartment, I gasped for air. Gains: 1 mystic fruit. 30 units of unknown energy. Mystic sight talent inherited this round. With the talent buff, I could sense myself getting stronger. Opened my backpack and saw 100 mystic fruits inside. My mood shot up. These work best with extra skills, to get the most out of them. Right now, finding a skill is key. With that thought, I revived my other body again and entered the mysterious world. This time, the talent I drew was sleight of hand. I can pick up anything within 10 meters. Stealing also boosts training by 10% and luck by 10%. This time, I appeared on an old street paved with gray stone. There were wooden archways on both sides. Vendors were shouting everywhere. People crowded the street. I turned and walked into the lively main road. At a corner, I bumped right into someone. That guy didn't say a word. He hurried off. I didn't think much of it. Planned to find an inn and ask where I could learn kung fu. Looked down. Suddenly, I noticed something extra in my hand. Rainfall sword technique. It was actually a secret manual. Detected. Learn rainfall sword technique? No hesitation needed. I clicked to learn it right away. 100-fold backpack activated. Next, it was the boring but fulfilling time to add skill points. That made my rainfall sword technique level up non-stop. I kept leveling up all the way to the transcendent realm. Now, transcending to the next level needs 64,000 experience points. Breakthrough to super. Then, I noticed everyone on the street had obvious flaws. Besides that, my body got upgraded. I could control myself, down to every single cell. The power I could unleash multiplied more than 100 times. I wandered aimlessly to a quiet spot. Begging voices reached my ears. I already gave you all my food. Got nothing left. I heard 3 different breathing patterns inside. I pushed the door open. Saw a small kid's hands being pinned by someone. Who the hell is meddling here? A weak nerd trying to ruin my business. Not afraid of trouble? A big burly man grabbed a large blade stuck nearby. Stepped toward me. I was just looking for a place to test my new sword skills. I held a piece of deadwood. All moves as light as the breeze. The burly guy in front of me widened his eyes. Couldn't react in time. When pain hit his neck, he fell down in disbelief. The boss flung the girl aside, rushed to the burly man's side. I struck again with my deadwood. My buddy followed right behind. The little girl was safe now. They won't hurt you anymore. She was scared, but bravely got up from the floor. Thank you, mister. I opened my backpack, took out over 10 packs of instant noodles and tossed them toward her. These are tasty. Just add water and soak. After that, I stepped out into the rain. My figure blurred away. An hour passed quickly. Roadside tea house. Why hasn't that unknown presence showed up yet? He never missed a day, but suddenly skipped. Feels strange.
Anyway,
It's a good thing. Hey, did you hear? In 3 days, all the big Orthodox clans are joining forces to raid the demon sect. The demon sect has an innate master guarding them. Isn't that suicide? You don't know the whole story. Wudang's guy reached the innate level. This fantasy world feels pretty down to earth. Another rumor caught my eye. King Shen's sect is recruiting disciples. Just practicing rainfall sword technique already made a huge difference. If I could learn official sect skills, wouldn't that be straight up Ascension? After confirming where King Shen was recruiting, I hurried over. When I got there, I was surprised. Not a single person was waiting in line. The recruitment area was unusually deserted. Still, I signed up, since it's a sect taking in new disciples. The younger, the better. So I wrote 8 years old for my age. Wait, you? 8 years old, right? I grew up hunting in the mountains, ate well, so I'm a bit bigger. Show me your hand. Bone age doesn't lie. Bone age, 1 year. Looks even older than me. Guling's bone age is just 1 year. That's what really made him doubt life. Soon I followed the man to the mountain base. Here is King Shen's sect. If you want to officially join King Shen, see that staircase behind? Climb it if you want to qualify. The rest is up to you. I'll wait for you at the end. He finished, then jumped up and disappeared into the air in a few leaps. The kids' eyes all lit up. They started climbing the steps right away. I adjusted myself, took a step forward, soon reached halfway up. Starting here, one side is a cliff, the other is a steep wall. A single misstep and you fall into a bottomless pit. Help! A faint call for help came from ahead. I looked toward the sound, saw little hands gripping the stair's edge. After I rescued the kid, turned out it was the beggar kid from earlier. Sir, my name is I. You've helped me twice. I promise I'll forget the favor stuff. I waved my hand, kept walking without stopping. Sir, can I know your name? Solitude seeking defeat. When I appeared on the stairs, an elder frowned. Is this the new disciple? That one was recruited by me. Are you okay? Letting him join at this age. But his age is legit. Only 8. You sure are a peak master. Never mind. Give him a chore's identity. With that, he stopped paying attention to me, focused on the other kids. Go get your chores clothes in the corner. I took a look. Even chores disciples can get internal cultivation methods. Gladly accepted. Chores disciples get a longsword, a sword technique manual, and a King Shen manual. I followed the leader to the assigned hut, said goodbye to him. Right away, I tossed the King Shen manual and sword manual into the 100-fold backpack. Detected. Learn King Shen manual. After learning, I instantly understood the realm divisions of this world. King Shen manual has 6 stages. Skin, bones, abdomen, inner breath, acquired, innate. Looking at 99 King Shen manuals left in my backpack, I smiled slightly, began to break them down. King Shen manual dismantled successfully. Got internal energy based on my training efficiency. Added skill points with the system. My realm leveled up super fast. Directly broke through to the inner breath stage. Suddenly, warm currents surged inside me, rushing through every part of my body. At this stage, I've truly entered the path of cultivation. Looked at my remaining XP. Still enough for another level. System upgrades don't need stabilizing. Every bit of inner breath is super solid. Spent 16,000 internal energy points. Raised my realm to the acquired stage. That moment, I totally transformed. Officially entered the ranks of the masters. Thinking about the legendary battle between good and evil I heard about in town. Even the strongest are still at the innate stage. Postnatal is already pretty high level. And I did it in just 1 hour. My first time in a fantasy world. A bathing woman stabbed me with her sword and killed me. Now I can actually fly with my sword. Pull up my panel. Check my info. Name, Little Koi. Rank, postnatal talent. Double pupils, sleight of hand blue. Junior brother, are you here? From today on, You're in charge of cleaning the 1,000 steps. Your rank is low. Your organs are murky. Clearly hasn't trained martial arts yet. He didn't stay long either. Just turned and left. Cleaning the 1,000 steps suits me just fine. Sweep and meditate at the same time. Reviewing my sword technique again can't hurt. Three days later, I left the Qingshan sect. Except for I. Nothing here that I really care about. A few more days passed. I arrived at Qingxi City. Since coming to this world, it's the biggest city I've seen yet. The bustling sights really amazed me. With a city this big, there must be plenty of sects nearby. Perfect chance to see if I can break through to innate. Time flew by after that. Kids who joined with me all got their own assignments. On the third day, a big group marched up the 1,000 steps. Listening to their bold words, I knew they were heading off to the battle against the demon forces. These past 3 days, you did pretty well. The master checked before leaving, saw me and nodded. At this age, knowing that training is out of reach, just keeping the steps clean like this makes you a decent servant. Someone I knew in the crowd glanced at me. He patted his sword at his waist, looking confident. Ace got talent. He's being taken out to see the world. After everyone left, I kept sweeping up the fallen leaves. That battle between good and evil doesn't concern me. Since almost everyone's gone, I focused my attention on the scroll pavilion. Now's my chance to seriously level up. There were lots of external manuals in the pavilion, but only 2 internal ones. One was Qingshan mental technique. The other was 7-star soul technique. 7-star soul technique was a green grade technique. Got this one. I instantly started practicing it that day. After training, my old Qingshan mental technique got replaced. Once replaced, my rank stayed the same, but my inner energy doubled on the spot. Wow, green grade really is powerful.
Then,
I decomposed the remaining 99 volumes of 7-star soul technique. Decomposition complete. You gained 36,000 experience points. Come on, innate realm. Spent 36,000 internal skill XP. Ranked up to innate. Stepped into innate, inner energy turns divine. A wave of force exploded from me. My straw hut blasted apart instantly. Scattered everywhere. Though almost no skill XP left. But I felt amazing. I didn't just survive this crossover. I jumped up to become an innate master. I had lots of external techniques, but they were all just white quality. After thinking, upgrading Rainfall Sword technique worked best. I instantly pushed Rainfall Sword technique from superhuman to sword intent. Suddenly, a huge insight flooded my mind. Outside, a heavy rain started out of nowhere. If other innate cultivators were here, they'd be totally speechless. Sword intent turning to rain. That's a sign of stepping into legendary status. When the rain stopped, people were still talking about it. Time flew by again. Another 3 days passed. That day, a bloody scent drifted along the 1,000 steps. A group of people supported each other. I saw the master at the front. He was seriously injured. Everyone else stayed silent. I saw me in the crowd. Barely managed to smile on his pale face. I found out the result of the battle between good and evil. The righteous side lost. Even with Wudang elders reaching innate, they still couldn't beat the top demon cultivators. The righteous side suffered heavy losses. Only 30 members of Qingshan made it back. White sheets were hung all throughout the sect. Within 3 hours after the master returned, he gave final instructions and passed away. Before he died, he took I as his student. Asked for the position of master, passed it to another disciple in the inner energy rank. Now only 3 remain in Qingshan sect, all just holding on at the inner energy level. By the straw hut, I sat on a rocking chair. Qingshan's decline is fine by me. It's no big deal. I've mastered all external skills. Just need to digest my insights. Then I'll switch to another sect for more gains. By then, Rainfall Sword technique will break through to sword intent. That's when an unexpected guest barged in. It's late. What's up?
he looked back.
Checking for anyone. Then pulled out the 7 stars manual. I knew well. Only core disciples get this. It's strictly forbidden, or your power will be stripped, expelled from the sect. I looked at him, feeling a touch of warmth. But I've already read this. This is for core disciples.
Take it back.
I appreciate the gesture. It's getting late. Go back now. Hearing this, the left dejectedly. I found the biggest tavern. Overheard a chat nearby. The world is in chaos. If you have kids, don't send them to big sects. The local Kingshan sect. Guess what happened? Wiped out overnight. Longhu sect did it. At that point, the man shifted tone. It's strange though. Another weird thing. The Kingshan masters died to save a nobody. Gave their lives. A nobody. Could it be thee? Destroyed just like that. Power really is everything. I headed out that night. This is Tianyuan City. 3 sects surround it. Based on the map, I hit Lanwu sect first. Lanwu's third rate. Only Haoshan masters there. They can't stop me. I knocked out the guards and entered the library. Opened my bag and stuffed in every manual. Left at dawn. News broke. Longwu sect. Overnight, library was cleaned out. The leader found out and fainted from crying. At a tavern, I'm counting my loot. A huge haul. 420,000 external XP. 60k internal XP. To reach sword path, I need 1.28 million XP. Seems like I'll raid the other 2 tonight. Longhu business, move out. Scram, Longhu sect's here. I grabbed my sword and went down. The leader opened a portrait. It was a woman. Who's this? Step out. Stop looking.
It's me.
Causing trouble in town. Right under my nose. Still looking for the man looked up, meeting my eyes. Then his pupils shrank. He saw the sword on my hip. This emblem, Kingshan sect. Stop him. His gaze turned cold. His inner energy erupted. A true Haoshan master. This punch is unmatched, save for the Xiantian. But a white flash met him. They couldn't even react, clutching their necks in pain. Oh no, it's over. That was a Haoshan's full strike. That Kingshan kid is done for. Manager, where are you going? Leaving the inn? The manager froze, seeing it was me calling. He was stunned. I tossed him 2 coins. Sorry for the mess. Clean it up. Such a powerful master. Just knocked out like that. It's just Longhu sect. No need to fear. Just then, a loud bang. Guards burst through the door. Sir, this is Tianyuan City. Whatever your grudge, please stop for the governor. The leader didn't see the man, but felt the Haoshan aura. Such power. That's to be polite, but no one answered. Where's the master? The manager swallowed hard. Glancing at the fallen men, he said nothing. Is this the top master? No way. Meeting one once is a lifetime's worth of bragging. Yet here he lies on the ground, barely breathing. After leaving the inn, I started tracking with a thought. Rain of arrows activated. I felt everything the rain touched. I locked onto a direction. A man was struck in the rain, scent flying. Found you. Saw the killer look, feeling desperate. 2 Haoshan masters for me? I'm flattered. He pulled out a broken mirror.
He survived the hit.
Thanks to this mirror. But now it's shattered. He had nothing left. Gotta say, you're a fast runner. Given 10 years to grow, you might have escaped. But this is the end. Just as the blow landed, something strange happened. The gentle rain suddenly turned sharp as blades. What's going on? In a blink, he was covered in cuts, but as a Haoshan master, he flared his energy, forming a shield, blocking the rain of swords. The rain is weird. Retreat, but it was too late. Feeling his allies' presence vanish, he roared. Come out. Stop hiding like a coward. Only heavier rain replied. The sharpness intensified. His shield, like a bubble, shattered instantly. He was riddled with holes. Dying in disbelief. He collapsed in the mud, just Haoshan ants. It happened so fast. Yi's mind went blank. Those two invincibles just vanished like that. The rain stopped instantly. The was terrified. Seeing no one around, he tried to limp away. Then a voice came from behind. Where are you going? The turned and saw me. Master Dogu. I didn't expect to see you. King Shen Sect. I left without a word, which hurt Yi deeply. I sent energy into him, healing his meridians. Now get some sleep. By the time he woke, I was already gone. He felt a wave of loss. After saving I raided the other two sects, maxed out my techniques, and reached sword path level. Besides the power boost, it added 10% savvy, still low on internal XP. 2 days later, I hit Shaolin. Shaolin is legendary in martial arts, especially the 72 arts. This will be better than the small sects. Shaolin is a top-tier sect, full of Haoshan masters. No Xiantian masters reported yet, but rumors say they have Bodhidharma's legacy. As I climbed the mountain, a bald monk followed behind. I walked up step by step. About 25 steps in, I reached the main hall. I come from Tianzhu. I'm here to discuss the Dharma. Wow, this big bald guy isn't from Shaolin. He's here to challenge us. The tightly closed Shaolin gate opens. 2 monks quickly step out, one on each side. Shaolin doesn't discuss Dharma with outsiders. Please leave. The bald guy acts like the 2 monks aren't even there. He heads straight up the steps. Please leave. Or don't blame me for being rude. The bald guy looks at the 2 who are ready to fight. This is the best way to discuss Dharma. Please teach me. He punches and sends both monks flying. Nice. Daring to force your way into Shaolin. And there's a regular guy too. Do you really think Shaolin has no one? I'm not with that big bald guy. The monk holding prayer beads ignores me. He looks at the injured gatekeeping monks. You hurt my disciples. If I don't teach you a lesson today, Shaolin will be a joke to the world. A powerful energy bursts out. It rushes right at the bald guy and me. The bald guy isn't afraid.
He charges forward like an arrow.
The 2 begin to fight. Soon the bead monk senses something's wrong. He can actually learn my martial arts during the fight. This kid is a freak. While he's shocked, the commotion draws others. Liao Hukong Xuan? Seems like this guy from Tianzhu is weird.
This guy's comprehension is insane.
Just by watching me make one move, he learned my technique. The bald guy flashes in front of him. The bead monk quickly attacks. They stand together again. Loud clashes erupt as they collide. Watch my Arhat fist. The bead monk looks like a true Buddha descending. His punches shake the earth. He's using real blood now. Full power unleashed. Even though the bald guy is gifted, he can't hold up.
He keeps falling back.
Not even a stick of incense time passes.
He keeps getting knocked away.
Is it really right for the bead monk to go all out against a postnatal fighter? Going all out seems overkill. The bald guy is out of strength.
He struggles but can't get up.
Truly Shaolin monk material. Respect. I'll be back in 3 days to visit again. He actually wants to come back in 3 days. The 3 monks understand. They nod. In a second, they lift the bald guy off the ground and drag him away. Take this freak to the abbot. The bald guy is handled. Now it's your turn. I don't know where you got your nerve to challenge Shaolin with him. But since you have no energy, go. I really don't know that bald guy. The bead monk ignores me. I glance around at the layout inside Shaolin. I need to sneak in tonight to get a martial technique. Got to get familiar first. Liao suddenly looks surprised. Wait, that's not right. Mingju, you misjudged. This guy isn't a normal person. Seeing Liao suddenly attack, I instinctively wave my hand. Liao is sent flying instantly, like a kite with a broken string. In a breath, he turns into light, vanishing into the horizon. He was just too weak. Liao, when did you learn such a divine skill? You can even ride the wind now. You two knuckleheads. What divine skill? Liao was knocked away. Who did it? The bead monk looks around, trying to find who sent Liao flying. But besides some monks, there's just me with no inner energy. Just now Liao seemed to be testing him. The bead monk's eyes narrow. Suddenly, a huge aura crushes in. Feeling this scary energy, I stay calm, just lift my eyes. The bead monk's postnatal aura silently disappears. If you haven't reached innate, you're just an ant. The bead monk's pupils shrink. His aura feels like it's probing a deep abyss. A sharp energy comes, spreading along his aura. This sensation makes the bead monk step back 3 times in shock. He quickly severs his aura sensing. The bead monk attacks decisively. Starts with a big move. Arhat fist. This punch is crazy powerful. Even the peak of postnatal would fear it. Anyone would be scared on the spot. Seeing the bead monk's attack coming my way, I'm totally chill. I throw a light punch. I held back 99% of my strength in this punch. Watching my move, the bead monk's eyes suddenly go wide. What great compassion. Karma fist? Another monster who can copy my techniques. As he thinks,
His punch gets even stronger.
but as I gently throw my punch, a huge shockwave starts rolling. Feeling this shockwave, the bead monk panics immediately. Not good, this punch is super advanced.
He managed to dodge.
But the buildings behind got destroyed. With a loud boom, a 2-story ancient building blows up. All the buildings back there are shattered. The bead monk climbs out of the rubble, covered in dust. No longer looks like a master. Super advanced. Are you kidding me? A guy with no energy in his body pushed the fist technique into such a realm. Even innate experts can't reach this level. There's an even scarier possibility. The bead monk doesn't dare think about it. Could this regular guy have pushed a technique to super advanced just by watching? Just from observing once. I touch my chin, puzzled. Are these houses made of paper? I held back 99% of my power. And still punched right through. I'm here to get martial arts, not to cause trouble. I didn't do anything. It's just your old buildings falling apart. I've got a kind heart. Can't stand seeing people suffer. These 2 coins are my donation. Because the punch was so loud, Shaolin's heritage was disturbed. A shadow shoots up from the ruins, surrounded by golden light. The aura is overwhelming. Who is it? Who ruined Shaolin like this? The bead monk quickly explains to Master Fazang. Fazang's energy keeps rising. Everyone below innate is just an ant. You think you can escape under my nose? Great Sun Tathagata technique. A golden light shoots upward with him. This will help me find you. Using 3 drops of blood is worth it. Meanwhile, I'm casually heading down the mountain. Not sure how Shaolin has an innate expert. But innate means a huge reward for me. Now I just wait for nightfall. But just then, the clouds part suddenly. It's like a second sun appears in the sky, accompanied by endless Buddhist chants. At the same time, I suddenly got chills all over. A sense of danger hit me. A merciful voice fell from the clouds. Found you. A wave of Buddhist chants surged like a flood, right in front of me. This was beyond anything I understood about the world. Staring at the golden light getting closer, I reacted. So it's just a sign from the heavens? I can do that too. Right away, something strange appeared in the sky. The moment the sword rain appeared, Master Fazang, his eyes widened suddenly. The sword aura spoke. No way. As someone at the innate realm, Master Fazang can use the Sutra of Vairocana to call forth strange visions from the skies. But Master Fazang had to sacrifice 3 drops of his own blood to make that happen. But this sword aura is a true sign from the heavens. Master Fazang started to wonder if he was dreaming. The golden Buddhist light and sword rain collided. The moment both forces clashed, the endless sword rain pierced right through the Buddhist chants. The golden Buddhist markings just left a faint mark on my body and then faded away. So, is this like getting a tattoo? I looked toward Shaolin. Through the sword rain, I sensed Master Fazang and his men hiding under the eaves. The sword rain didn't harm the buildings. It just kept falling gently. Master Fazang, this rain looks a bit odd, but it's still just rain. No need to freak out, right? Master Fazang is supposed to be super powerful, but the moment he saw the rain, he actually looked scared. Fazang was silent. He just pulled an old book from his clothes and tossed it to the monk with the prayer beads. These beads are the foundation of the temple. As long as you have them, wherever you go, our temple will survive. Take them and leave the mountain. Master Fazang gathered his inner strength and walked into the sword rain. That's the Sutra of Vairocana. A figure approached from outside the temple, under the sword rain. Nothing can hide. Of course, I saw it too. The Sutra of Vairocana given to monk Nyanju. After feeling a familiar aura on the sutra, next second, the sword rain seemed to come alive and directly swept it up. You got a new technique. Sutra of Vairocana X100 Gold Skill. No wonder it's Shaolin. You can pick up a top skill at the door. Master Fazang sensed my move and sent me a message instantly. Senior, I marked you to find the cause. I shouldn't have done it. It's my fault. Sweat broke out on Master Fazang's forehead. If the sword rain terrified him, now seeing me up close, he finally understood what an endless abyss of ki really means. The only people who can do this are said to have reached a legendary realm, celestial being, also called the living Buddha. Even Bodhidharma never reached that level. Senior, I truly apologize. Then Master Fazang brought me to the library pavilion, while I put the lost skill book into my 100-fold storage bag. The system suddenly chimed in. Warning, you've been targeted by an unknown being. Arrival in 59 seconds. Mortal wings. And it's being rejected by my body? Weird, huh? Maybe they're linked. Amitabha, what does that mean? Is this unknown being a different one from before? Seeing only a minute left on the countdown, I blasted through the roof. Soon, everyone at the top level in the martial world. At that moment, their hearts skipped a beat. A nameless fear gripped them. One flower, one world. One leaf, one Buddha. The true unknown, beyond ordinary, can't be seen or heard.
It's coming.
If it comes, it's Buddha. Master Fazang, as an innate master, tried to hold on a bit longer. But his mind exploded too. Thunder on a clear day. But no lightning in sight. Sword rain fell. Buddhist power hadn't descended yet. And I was the only innate left in the world. Just me? Come on, show me how strong I am now, compared to you mysterious ones. Swords, come. In an instant, within 10,000 miles, every sword in the area started to shake. All swords gathering. Except normal people who can't see the sky changing. Everyone was shocked. Swords at their sides or on their backs pulled loose and shot up into the sky. At the same time, he watched his own sword fly upward too, staring up at the river of swords forming in the sky. His eyes shrank. Unlike everyone else, he looked at those swords and felt a familiar aura. Is it you? This is my first time going all out. After confirming your presence up there, the Buddha's golden avatar appeared. Come, let me test this sword against you. Even if there's a giant Buddha avatar overhead. So what if it looks terrifying? The mortal world has reached its peak. The Buddha avatar in the sky spoke. My mind finally couldn't hold on anymore. Just like the other top masters, my mind suddenly blew apart. So weak. How is this possible? Isn't he supposed to be a top sword master? Host returned complete. This session, Golden Varakana outfit acquired. Green Mountain sword technique outfit acquired. Drizzle sword technique outfit acquired. Skill sleight of hand retained. In my apartment, listening to the system alert, I was stunned for a second. Are you kidding me? Innate masters are this weak? Damn, the sword seed didn't even need to fight. The Buddha avatar just self-destructed. I opened up my screen and checked out my latest haul. All kinds of skills were lying in my bag, especially the Sutra of Varakana, shining bright, along with another golden vermilion fruit. I felt the innate power in my body and happily broke down all the skills. My external skill experience, 75,477 points. Internal skill, 65,000 points. Now I've got enough experience to level up my drizzle sword technique. Level up complete, outside my apartment. It was a sunny day at first, but dark clouds rolled in suddenly. My heart skipped a beat. I slammed the door shut, not looking back, and took off running. On Phoenix Mountain, terrifying lightning struck the top of the mountain, and I bathed in its light. Many people watched the strange scene on the mountain, frozen in shock. I did it? Then I flashed back to my apartment. I still have 6 more chances to travel today. System, enter fantasy world. This time my chosen gift is Average Joe. Closed the screen and looked around the dense forest. I didn't even get to celebrate when an unknown being locked onto me. It'll arrive in 0.9 seconds. So they're back again, huh? Suddenly, a strange vision appeared above me. The sound of space shattering. Hairs standing up on end. Fine, so you think I'm easy prey. I drew my sword and shot up, unleashing my sword's power. The top tier of the path. On the other side of the broken space, King Xuan frowned slightly. In a flash, he came to the other side of the space break. Suddenly, he saw a sword heading straight for him. Knowing it's hopeless, but still daring to attack me. In his eyes, this wasn't even as serious as kids playing around. My sword got closer and closer to the unknown being. Then, bit by bit, everything faded into nothingness. The next second, he reached out to grab me. My eyes widened. I watched as the sword slowly vanished. Soon, his whole body turned to dust and was blown away by a gust of wind. King Xuan didn't even have time to react. Whoa, he actually died from my aura's backlash. Just watched me die this effortlessly. King Xuan was stunned. He wanted to save me, but it was too late. Host returned complete. Rewards unknown this time. Continent Spirit Energy, 17 units. That's such a huge gap. The moment I enter a fantasy world, I'm targeted by something unknown. Damn it, I'm totally stuck, right? But it's no big deal, because I can idle for internal energy gains now. If I can get sent to a martial arts world and lay low for a few years, by then I'll fight back hard. One day you're up, one day you're down. Never look down on the poor and middle-aged. After a quick break, I started the transfer again. Another fantasy world. Your aura leaked out. You've been targeted by something unknown. This aura means you're above the mortal world. Now you've entered my great 1,000. You got rid of my mortal mark? Interesting. You've been targeted by an unknown being. 29 seconds until the other side arrives. Is great 1,000 what this world is called? Blinding golden light suddenly broke through the clouds above me. In an instant, a terrifying Buddhist aura pressed down. Maybe I died too fast last time. So this Buddha shadow held back a bit. When the figure on the lotus throne appeared, expressionless, I went all out right in his face. Even the calm, emotionless figure on the lotus throne suddenly lifted his lowered eyes. What the? Even the golden light on the lotus throne flickered. In less than one breath, the whole world was purified. Of course, I was purified into dust too. Host returned complete. Rewards unknown this time. Continent Spirit Energy, 27 units. No talent was kept this time. But this time I laughed when I returned, because I saw that supreme figure on the lotus throne show a reaction. After a quick rest, I traveled again. This time I got the bronze skin iron bones talent. Doubles host body refining speed. There's no spirit energy in the air, and the trees around me aren't tall anymore. They feel ancient, but actually just some plain, ordinary trees. Seems like this isn't a fantasy world. Checking my internal energy gains. They're jumping by 60 points per second. With this speed, if I can lay low for a year, my power will skyrocket. I saw smoke curling up from the foot of a mountain. I headed straight to that small village. At a halfway point up the mountain, not far from the village, there's an abandoned, rundown temple. I moved right in and got started. The next day flew by. Time passed. All the internal energy I gained is enough for a breakthrough. Level up. A surge of power suddenly rose inside me. I've reached the foundation stage. I opened my system panel. Next stage after foundation. Just as I thought. It's the core formation stage. Needs 2.56 million internal energy. Right now I have enough to break through. But I'm not rushing foundation. This strange feeling, I want to savor it for a day. Next day, I return to the temple to continue. Now 3 days have passed. It's finally time for a breakthrough. I pushed open the temple door and headed deeper into the mountains. Mister, my mom sent me to tell you. You can't stay here. Bandits are coming for tribute tomorrow. My mom said you don't own land. If you can't pay, you'll get hurt. Suize from the village ran over fast. Mister, the cave is really safe. I promise those bandits won't find you. Come on, I'm at foundation stage now. How could I get forced into a cave by some thugs? I gently patted her little head.
Tiny bandits are nothing to me.
Susei's village is called Wild Temple Village. Not far from Wild Temple Village. A group came marching in. Second brother. You mean that half-dead old man? He could really make us martial arts masters? Not just masters? Way past first class. Right now, every family in the village hurried home, grabbed their prepared grain bags, and gathered at the village entrance. At the entrance, the village chief saw the bandits on horseback and quickly told everyone to kneel down. We humbly greet the lords. This is our humble tribute. Please, take it. After taking the money bags, second brother sneered at the respectful old chief. Old bones. He can't have much blood left. Bury him on the spot later. Save us the trouble. He looked around at the villagers. Second brother waved his hand. Tie them all up. The villagers couldn't even think of resisting. They just looked hopeless. In a flash, everyone in Wild Temple Village was tied up. The bandits were about to leave with the villagers, getting ready to head home, when a middle-aged woman ran over, begging. Sir, that family still has a kid. Seems like she ran to the old temple and hasn't come back. That made Susei's mom panic. Sir, the old temple is not far from here. Just halfway up the mountain. Her own people turned on her so suddenly. Susei's mom just felt. All her kindness was wasted. I'll deal with you old temple folks later, huh? Let's go, brothers. Back at the old temple, I shielded 3 kids behind me. The little village is within my senses. Nothing escapes my eyes. I watched the bandits rushing toward the old temple. These guys really want to die. I walked down the mountain. Second brother, look. There really is a stray one. When he saw Suize, the neighbor girl turned pale. Run, Suize. He yelled, but then got kicked aside. I stayed calm in the distance, watched as I didn't run, and just stood my ground. The bandit leader, second brother, grinned. A weak scholar, with skinny arms and legs, dares to look us in the eye. Books have made him dumb. The other bandits behind him all burst out laughing. Suddenly, an unknown wind swept through the fields. Before they could react, their chests stabbed with sharp pain. With a thud, their strongest, second brother, died on the spot. The others were stunned. As more and more fell, the last ones finally got it. They messed with the wrong person. I untied the villagers' ropes. Just bury those bandits right here. None of this has anything to do with me. And no bandits ever came here. And I was never here either. I turned and left after speaking, leaving the villagers staring at each other in confusion. But none of them dared look at me. Such amazing powers. He must be an immortal. Everyone looked truly odd. At dusk, a middle-aged man with a scar on his face at the mountain stronghold, still waiting for his second brother who'd been gone a day and night, frowned deeply. The third and fourth brothers are back. What's up with second brother? Why is he still not back? Just then, a skinny old man walked over. Did they deliver the first batch? The boss respectfully looked at the skinny old man. Yes, master, delivered. Good, Baiyun City. Never thought I recovered, did you? Destroyed my foundation. I'll make you pay. All 500,000 people of Baiyun City. At the level of a lamb immortal. As long as I get enough bloodstones. I can reach it too. At night in the old temple, I walked into the woods, heading deeper into the mountains. Time for a foundation breakthrough. Spent 2.56 million internal energy. Leveling up. The dark night sky had no clouds. But there was a feeling of deep oppression. As expected, the foundation breakthrough comes with a lightning tribulation. The city guards at the Lord's mansion were all startled by the thunder. In a luxurious hall, the city lord stopped working as he heard the thunder, and stepped outside. This thunder is weird. Back in the last martial arts world, hardly anyone reached the innate stage. Here, even a small city lord is innate. Deep in the mountains, I could feel my whole being changing in the lightning. At the same time, my internal energy started spinning wildly. As 9 bolts of lightning struck, the elixir formed 9 patterns, becoming a golden core. Opportunity function activated. You can use opportunity. Boost the quality limit for skin and bone refining golden core. I can feel it. After forming the core, my already evolved skin got even stronger. Skin refinement hit max quality. Gained extra passive effect. Cultivation efficiency is now 100%. My inner power EXP per second just doubled. Breaking through the golden core stage greatly expanded my perception range more than 1,000 times. Soon I saw the dungeon full of bloody energy. Old Ku didn't look so skinny anymore. He actually looked like a regular person. His strength even surpassed the innate realm. The pendant on his chest shattered with a crisp sound. My precious. Wasn't it supposed to be unbreakable? It should block attacks from even the legendary immortals. How did it break? As old Ku stood there blanking out, someone came running in a panic. Master. They all died out of nowhere. The guy rushed in, freaking out. But before he could barely run 2 steps, he collapsed to the ground. He never got up again. In moments, the terrifying golden core wings swept the mountain again. This time no bandit survived. And on old Ku's side too. Even though old Ku died, his will didn't disappear right away. In a split second, my body is destroyed. How is this possible? How can anything this terrifying exist in the world? Old Ku's spirit shook in fear. But soon he was gone too, erased from the world. Back in the ruined temple, I checked my interface. Golden core top tier, huh? Hey, not bad. After maxing out golden core, the next realm is Nascent soul stage. Needs 5.12 million inner EXP. That's just a day and a half of auto training. Honestly, I'm already golden core. But system says I'm still on the first tier. Don't tell me, second tier starts at becoming immortal. Cultivation efficiency is 410% now. That'll only take a few months. Half a month passed in a flash. Survived 15 days. Unknown world. Coordinates logged. You can name this unknown world. With a thought, I typed in 2 characters. Sui Sui. Current world. Sui Sui. Life remaining 2,000 years. 1 month later, a stranger arrived at the village. He looked like an immortal sage. This is the last village. All I want is to find a legacy. Do they really have to do me like this? Muttering to himself, he entered the village. Some villagers immediately took notice. It's been 10 years now, since a sect last came to take disciples. I am Juji, Peak Lord of Bitter Bamboo Peak, King Yun Sect. I came here today to recruit disciples. Not many kids in the village. Just a dozen or so overall. After checking 7 or 8 kids for talent, Juji sighed. Maybe that little girl wasn't from here at all. In this village now, how could there be any kid with high-level talent? Sui Sui just got back from the ruined temple. Looking at everyone gathered around in the village, she got curious. You look kind of familiar. Sui Sui spoke softly. But Juji still noticed her. With a quick step, he pushed through the crowd and walked right over to Sui Sui. He got all excited. Little girl, what's your name? You have great talent. Would you like to join my King Yun sect? I'll take you as my personal disciple. Mom, I think you're being scammed. His eyesight is terrible. There's no way he's from King Yun sect. Juji looked a bit confused. He's supposed to be in the innate realm. Little girl, maybe there's some mistake. The other villagers saw what was going on and blocked Sui Sui, completely changing the mood. He's gotta be a fake. Throw him out. He's here to trick kids. Juji wanted to flash his token to argue, but seeing all the illiterate villagers, he could only show a bit of power to prove himself. As he felt a stabbing pain in his meridians, he thought if he wasn't seriously injured, he wouldn't have come to Changqing town to relax. With a thump, Juji was pushed to the ground.
He's fake. Totally fake.
Get him. He dares trick kids here. Stop, don't hit me. He couldn't handle it at all. Juji found an opening and bolted away, sensing what was happening in the village. I couldn't help but laugh. This guy's kind of funny. When Sui Sui ran to tell me what happened, I just smiled and didn't say anything. Away from the village, Juji was gritting his teeth, applying medicine to his bruised arms. Who started this rumor, anyway? Could it be that young guy who brought the little girl last time? Alright, just you wait. I heard what he said and pouted in the temple. What's it got to do with me? After eating some tasty roasted mushrooms with Sui Sui, I kept a low profile and chilled. That day, just past mid-morning, Juji came back with a huge crowd. Even the city lord of Changqing was with them. Senior Juji, what happened to your injuries? Turns out the city lord is Juji's junior sister. You're still not healed yet, and you got hurt again in my city. Who did this to you? One tripped, that's all. Of course, Juji can't tell the truth. Come on, he's supposed to be at the innate realm, but got beaten up by a bunch of hillbillies. How could he say that out loud? Today I brought you here, mainly to take on a disciple. Soon they arrived at Wild Temple Village. But it wasn't like yesterday. The villagers looked different this time. Juji raised his eyebrows, walking with swagger. It's that scammer from yesterday. How is he brave enough to come back? Everyone grabbed sticks by their doors and stormed outside angrily. That's the city lord. As the lord of Changqing, lots of folks have seen her. They recognized her at once. Wait, isn't that scammer with the city lord? And they're walking and chatting.
Damn.
Someone dropped their hoe. Is that guy really the peak lord of King Yun sect? The villagers quickly gathered, but none of the kids were in the crowd. They were all in class at the temple at this hour. Juji stroked his chin, then led his juniors straight for the temple. In front of the temple, I paused the kids' lesson and looked down the only road to the village. Teacher, what's wrong? Sui Sui was the first to ask. I didn't answer. Soon the big group showed up. Juji was leading. He spotted Sui Sui and me right away. The city lord studied Sui Sui carefully and was a bit surprised. On this child's forehead, there's a faint mark. No wonder my big brother is acting this way. With this kind of talent, even without a test, you can tell she's a born earth immortal. Even though Sui Sui didn't want a master. But after my persuasion, he still became Juji's personal disciple. How should I address you, Juji? I smiled and gave my fake name. Any idea where King Yun sect is? Even if the sect is lousy, if it comes to me, I should at least pick up some techniques. Now's the time to gain more external skills too. This didn't raise any suspicion in Juji. He openly told me where King Yun sect is. Come hang out at Bamboo Peak in King Yun sect if you're free. I'll definitely visit. I acted really friendly, but maybe it's my sixth sense. I'm starting to feel uneasy behind me. I tense up without thinking. People come and go quickly. The ruined temple became peaceful again. 2 days later, I went deep into the mountains. Leveled up to Nascent Soul stage. Lightning flashed all around, and I saw a hint of purple light. Even after 2 days, the city lord Juji and Sui Sui hadn't left. All three of us looked at the darkening sky. The city lord frowned. That's a tribulation cloud. But why is it so terrifying? Even the one who reached landed immortal in White Cloud City never faced a tribulation even 1/10,000th as strong as this. Under the fierce barrage of lightning, every time my nascent soul got struck, it became more defined. Soon, my nascent soul was 70% formed. When I stood up, the system showed nascent soul, 70%. Internal energy skills unlocked. Nascent soul phase can't reach max level directly. Breakthrough feature will be temporarily disabled. Expected time to reach nascent soul limit. 8 years needed. I froze for a moment. Just now, my newly formed nascent soul suddenly collapsed. It turned into pure energy, rapidly transforming my body. This is the nascent soul shattering and feeding back to the body. Just like with the golden core. If golden cores are separated by 9 marks, then nascent souls have 9 transformations. Each transformation needs to be rebuilt. For other cultivators, rebuilding means retraining, but I only need 1 year. My nascent soul just forms on its own. That's why the system gave that prompt before. After 8 years, the nascent soul hits its quality limit. Then I can keep breaking through the system. Every stage pushes for the limit. I touched my chin. A smile grew on my face. 8 years? That's nothing. Just need to lay low for 8 years. It'll be a walk in the park. Spring passed, fall came. Then it was winter. This winter, the Blue Dragon Dynasty and Burning Heaven City started drafting soldiers. Villages were forced to the front lines. Rumor was they'd be sent to draw out poisonous bugs. Craziest draft ever. Men, women, elderly, even kids. Even 80-year-olds were taken away. So, I guess I'll be the only one hiding here from now on, watching the soldiers leave. I showed myself. I didn't expect such an absurd recruitment. Not even spared women and kids. Forget it, I didn't get involved. Just quietly watched the village empty out. Life got dull. 7 years flew by. 8th time breaking the nascent soul. Still the same old ruined temple. After breaking it again, I looked at the 7 snowy winters and sighed. First time staying so long in one world. Thought about visiting King Yun's sect, but decided not to. At least gotta finish all 9 transformations first. Otherwise, if I get too reckless, who knows what hidden thing might show up. 1 year left. Once I finish all 9 transformations, I really need to harvest properly. This day I thought it'd be like any other. But the soldiers stationed in Changxing City seemed to receive some military orders. They rushed out by boat overnight. I was totally baffled. At the same time, Sui had become a fine young lady. She met every expectation. That winter, she broke through to the innate stage. Became the youngest innate ever in history. In the snowy winter, King Yun's sect cheered. In a house at the base of the mountain, Sui's mom was confused at all the guests congratulating them. Sui. She became an immortal. What immortal? She's an innate. Why Sui's mom wasn't drafted? Naturally, as a King Yun sect member, she got special treatment from King Yun's sect. Master, what stage comes after innate? Land Immortal Jujiji looked at Sui with satisfaction. He really chose right. Just 7 years. She climbed to his level. What's a land immortal? Jujiji paused, a bit silent. As far as I know, you need a method to resonate with heaven and earth. You just broke through innate. So no rush for this. We're on good terms with White Cloud City. Tomorrow their lord will visit.
He's a land immortal right now.
He'll guide you. Sui didn't really listen after that, but when she heard Jujiji say, she had to find a way to resonate with heaven and earth. She remembered when she was little at the ruined temple, watching me wave a tree branch around, and what I said back then. Master, is there still no teacher found in the village? No, he seems to have disappeared. Every year I send people to look, but no luck. That day I saw Evergreen City suddenly relocating. Overnight, it was deserted. I sat up in the ruined temple. My gaze turned cold outside. No wonder they bolted so fast. Damn, there's a poisonous bug nest. In the icy snow mountains, a black sea was closing in. Huge poisonous bugs swarmed everywhere. Just sensing them gave me goosebumps. Sorry, not stopping them. These bugs could really tear the world apart. I planned to ignore it, but maybe because of my nascent soul's link with nature. Looking at the ruined land after the bugs passed, I just couldn't stand it, especially after comprehending the revival sword. Its intent was itching to act. So what, just bugs, right? Let me revive with my sword. Sword intent rose. Rainfall sword intent flared up. Both sword intents went all out. That day, snow disappeared from the mountains. Instead, it was pouring rain nonstop. I alone forced back the bug tide. This fight lasted 3 days and nights, till my spiritual sense was exhausted. Sword intent broke off. If my nascent soul wasn't shattered right now, I could crush these bugs with a slap. Still, it's fine. My body's stronger. With my spiritual sense drained, I grabbed my sword and fought with pure muscle. In another 3 days, the bug tide started retreating. No way, it was too scary. That tiny human was like a perpetual machine. They've never seen a monster like that. Someone actually fought bugs with pure physical strength and recovered their spirit that way. Not even monsters are this crazy. Finally, the valley changed. Green sprouts grew between cracks of ruined ground. A day later, footprints and other innate wind masters led their disciples to Evergreen City. They came ready to fight to the death, but not a single poisonous bug in sight. Not even little worms showed up. Jujiji was totally confused. Other innate experts were bewildered too.
Inside the city, same as outside?
Except for deep snow everywhere. Nothing was weird. And from the snow, you could see that the city, no creature or person had ever entered. Damn, was the intel wrong? Or maybe they succeeded. All the bugs got attracted away. Forget it, senior. No bugs here is even better. Saves our strength. Yeah, you're right. Let's not overthink. They headed for the mountain with the ruined temple, leaving Evergreen City. Jujiji. They soon spotted the layered mountains ahead. A few people saw giant bugs on their backs and were stunned. The bugs had their heads chopped clean off. The cuts were smooth. One blow killed them. Weren't their defenses unbeatable? And normal blades couldn't harm them? Why is there a fist print on the scales? Maybe their bodies exploded from a punch. A chill swept everyone. Forget land immortals. Even someone who broke heaven's barrier couldn't manage that. Meanwhile, at the foot of King Yun Sect's mountain, someone with messy hair, looked like a beggar, came to visit. Most strong people in King Yun Sect left, but some weaker cultivators remained. Susui had naturally become acting head of King Yun Sect. Yeah, you even remember my nickname. Taken to the main peak. I'll be right there. I looked around inside the main peak. No wonder it's the King Yun Sect. Maybe they're a golden level. Even skills beyond gold here. You're the master. I nodded with a smile. Then, they settled me into a neat, tidy courtyard. 3 days later, Sui came outside the courtyard. The whole yard was silent. Only the sound of my sword splitting the air as I opened the door. This time, he wasn't alone. A colder, even more elegant woman stood beside him. Fellow Taoist, I am Yunqing, Lord of Baiyun City. From your swordplay. You're no ordinary human. Bring them into the yard, with 2 stunning beauties watching me. Soon my sword was moving again. Actually, sword moves have ranks too. Minor and major mastery. Perfected, then peak. Back to the basics. A realm beyond technique. Repeating my words, Yunqing suddenly looked up, while Susui was quietly feeling my sword techniques. Susui, your master is impressive. Leaving the courtyard, Susui glanced sideways. Sister Yan, now that you mention it, I suddenly recall the first time I met him. I was 10 years old then. He appeared from the woods. With every step he took, he seemed at one with the world. But also like he could leave it at any time. It felt so strange. So many years have passed.
He still looks exactly the same.
The next few days, the poisonous bugs attacked again. Maybe feeling the pressure, Susui stopped coming to see me much. She started comprehending the land immortal realm with Yunqing. That day outside King Yun Sect, people from other sects heading for the ancient land arrived. Passing by King Yun Sect, came to take a look. Only stayed for 1 day. Then they left. Sister Yan, when are you leaving? When you truly understand the land immortal realm. Spring arrived. There are 7 people as talented as you, Suitsu. Tomorrow, you'll set out for the East Sea. There's an island in the East Sea. Someone will beat you there. I'm now acting head of King Yun Sect. Except here. I'm not going anywhere. It's not up to you. And I learned everything they talked about. What the heck? It's only been less than a month. Even King Yun Sect has to move. That day Suisui came to my yard, but I didn't see anyone. Kidding me? I've been buried in the library. If I don't act now, it's too late. Suisui called out a few times. No response. Pushed open the yard door. A moment later, Yanqing appeared in the yard too. He reached out with his senses. Weird, it's not just the yard. The whole mountain's empty too. Like he never existed. Guess he's gone? Hearing this, Suisui's eyes flashed. Meanwhile, King Yun's Sect disciples gathered. Led by the legendary Yanqing, they set out. A year later, I reached my final Nascent soul shattering. After breaking my core 9 times, a far stronger Nascent soul formed. 9 transformed Nascent soul. Time to break through the Nascent soul stage. I left the valley. I spread out my senses. Soon spotted a town. But there wasn't a single soul there. Gazed into the distance. I vaguely sensed a frightening power. I turned and left. 3 days later, I saw a bustling city. Right away, I decided to hole up here. Next day, I went out. Stopped in front of a stall. The stall was actually selling cultivation arts. Not just King Yun Sect techniques. Also found other purple level manuals. Over 20 books in total. I bought them all. Collected the manuals. I headed straight back to my courtyard. The next day, an uninvited guest came to town.
His clothes.
Couldn't even tell what color they were. Bloodstains had turned black. Turns out it was Yanqing. Cut off all routes to and from the Eastern Sea immediately. Erase all traces. This is the only chance? In the crowd, I sensed he was at his limit. I constantly felt some terrifying force in the west. Maybe he ran into it? Seeing this, I jumped in. A heavy rain hit. Before anyone could react, Yanqing vanished right where he stood. In a remote corner of the city, I rescued Yanqing at a secluded yard. Gave him a wisp of energy, higher than regular life force. I can't save him anymore. Could you help me cut off the Eastern Sea route? Please. Sure, just cutting off a route.
It's easy.
After getting my answer, Yanqing visibly relaxed. His eyes grew empty. A legendary immortal, just quietly, died in an ordinary yard. After the burial, I also left the main city. A sword light appeared over the Eastern Sea. Its lingering power made the waves roar. No longer suitable for sailing. I stood by the sea. Sensed the familiar Suisui too. Congrats, you've survived 10 years. You've earned a newbie gift pack. Return to the courtyard. Open the newbie pack. Congrats, you've got 1 Rage Doll. Basic Heart Method 1. Basic Sword Skill 1. Rage Doll from Uncharted Worlds. Can take the host's place in death. After dying, you can stay in this world and respawn at a random location. Nice item. Right now, there are still 99 newbie packs in the inventory. System open all newbie packs. Times 99. Congrats! You've got 99 Rage Dolls. Basic Heart Method X99. Basic Sword Skill X99. Congrats! You've got 99 Random Realm Experience Vouchers. Detected X99 vouchers, auto-merged. Congrats! You've got Top-Level Realm Experience Voucher. Top-Level Realm Experience Voucher. Can let you try any realm from 1st to 9th tier. Duration, 1 minute. 1st to 9th tier. I'm already a 9 transformed Nascent soul anyway. Then I kept collecting external skills in the city. External skill EXP hit over 1 million again. Also getting 5 million internal skill EXP daily. At least enough to break through the 1st tier. Went outside the city. Time to break into deity transformation. Deity transformation begins. At the same time, deep inside the ancient western lands, some being sensed the imminent thunder tribulation. Eyes snapped open. He was shocked. It's supposed to happen once every 1,000 years now. Yet someone like this could still emerge. Such a figure, such a genius. If they'd turn to me instead. You've already been nailed by the vines. Countdown until they arrive. 24 minutes and 7 seconds left. As the furious thunder tribulation crashed down, deity transformation inherited. Special case, it's impossible to reach max realm instantly, so breakthrough function is temp unavailable. Estimated time to max out deity transformation will take 22 years. Next second, my soul returned to my body. Same time, my whole body started to shrivel. In a few breaths, I was just bones. Incarnated the first divine altar. Incarnated 22 altars. Each one consumes all flesh and blood to power up the soul, Took a quick break. I checked the system screen. 22 hours left until that person arrives. Always being hunted by the unknown. Now it's time to turn the tables. Mind set. I headed west, arrived at the valley. Soon, a lake of blood appeared before me. Haven't seen such a bold bug in years. The one sitting in the lake stood up. He'd been a bit dismissive, but when he looked at me, his pupils shrank. That's Dao intent. And there's two. How is that possible? Wait, something's wrong. Kid, you've got something weird about you. At that moment, the red figure in the lake was shocked by my presence, just like I guessed. His realm was transcendental, true, immortal. As he stared, stunned, I stretched my arms and legs with my realm boost. This move is literally a super version of 10,000 Swords Return. So what if I'm weird? How dare a low-level deity transformation attack an immortal? I raised my hand and took his punch. A strange power burst from his fist. I was blasted away right then. Good thing I'm just in deity transformation. Or you might not have a chance to kill me. Be my stepping stone, Glass. I felt my soul being torn out. But as my golden soul appeared, in the distance, Susui's gaze went blank, then snapped out of it. Oh no, that's Mr. He's getting stripped. Red-souled one spoke up again. Obliterate. But then my soul outside the body changed. I looked like an exile from the heavens. So pure and holy. That's a breakthrough in refining the physical body. The sudden change stunned the red shadow. Deathless, undying aura. Now my energy was freaky. Even the world's rules seemed ready to break. Everything reversed instantly. In a flash, I moved, even though the red figure guarded up fast. With one punch, he was knocked flying back, slammed into the ground hard. I reached out, easily caught the invisible laws, crushed them with a snap. No way. Those are the world's laws. No matter how weird you are, you're still stained with the grudge of living things. The red shadow stepped into the void. Returned again. This time he got serious. I summoned a high-level experience card. Used the high-level card. Randomizing realm. Congrats! Gained 3rd tier realm boost. Boost lasts 60 seconds. Some mysterious power covered me, with the red figure at the center. The red spreading instantly vanished. Together with him, eyes wide, he disappeared. Gone with the wind. And this is only the start. The ground below lost all gravity. Dirt. Rocks, trees started to float. Distant footsteps. Clutching in fear was useless. He could only watch himself float, bit by bit. Starting from his fingertips, turned into the tiniest dust. A shout from Master snapped me out of it, staring at the footsteps half erased. Restored, this is the 3rd tier. Neither living nor dead. Clear mind and will. Commander by, long dead in his grave. Heartbeat restarted. Body healed. Right after I settled everything. The world under my feet couldn't handle it.
Ding.
You have been targeted by an unknown being. 60 seconds until they arrive. The earth is crumbling. Accelerate, watching the two in the distance. Time to end it. Only 10 seconds have passed since the 60-second mark. But if I stay any longer, this world will definitely collapse. Forget it, restart. With a thought, I faded away. This time it's different. Now I choose to leave. Host has returned. Rewards, Changchun Sword, Basic Sword Technique, Basic Inner Power. This round, Iron Skin Talent has been kept. I look at the Advanced Realm Trial card in my bag. A higher realm just means more trouble. I've used all 10 travels today. I'll have to wait till midnight for the next one. Next world, I need to really study swordsmanship. The next day, I open the system. System sent me to a new world. Ding, congrats! You've acquired the passerby white talent. You totally have no presence. You're just a regular passerby. Talent effect. Your training efficiency is plus 10%. Just after landing, I'm shrouded in thick purple mist. Every breath I take, even though I'm at Nascent soul level, I still feel stabbing pain everywhere. I send out my divine sense. The purple mist seems endless. Moments later, my soul hurts too. This stuff actually corrodes me? Withdrawing my divine sense, I look at the glowing white protective bone skin around me. That's its activated state. Just now with a thought, I've already traveled millions of miles. But even so, the purple mist is still massive as hell. 30 minutes later, I start coughing. A bit of blood shows at the corner of my mouth. No way. I can't just sit here and die. I step forward. The bone skin bursts out with holy light. An hour later. Ding! Talent solidification successful. Talent is now permanent. I've got nothing left to stick around for. So I calmly watch the bone skin protect my soul as it's slowly eaten away, swallowed by the void. Host is dead. Return complete. No gains this time. Passerby white talent kept. I open my eyes, thinking back to the last world. That creepy world. That weird purple mist. It's a little chilling. I shake my head. All in all, it wasn't a loss. Got a 10% boost to cultivation. Way better than just dying right after landing. System sends me again. 10 chances per day, don't mess up. Congrats, you've gained a talent. Supreme Bone Monkey. Born Supreme. You have the gift of the earth. Talent effect. Training speed plus 300%. Chance encounters plus 100%. Comprehension plus 50%. My eyes light up. Instant joy. Now that's what I call talent. Check it out, this is real talent. I quickly open the panel. Check my talent bonuses now. Talent bonus. 720% training. 120% chance encounters. 110% comprehension. External skill experience doubled right away. Comprehension was 60% before. Used to get over 5 million inner power XP a day. Now it's over 10 million a day. Just as I'm getting excited, the system speaks again. Opening objectification talent loading. You were born with double pupils. You like to swipe things on the sly. You've got bronze skin, iron bones. Still, you start out as a nobody. This time, you're destined to stand out. Supreme Bone Effect. At your landing spot, someone will definitely try to take your bone. Supreme Bone. Someone will want my bone for sure. My mouth twitches. But, on second thought, someone digging for my bone means the world should be stable. Looks like a normal world. Suddenly, waves roar in the distance. 100-meter-high tidal wave hits. I quickly spot someone struggling in the ocean. Because I'm at Nascent soul level, though I'm on the ocean's surface. I'm actually floating. Good thing they're only trying to dig for the bone. Not guaranteed to succeed. The guy on the water is splashing and screaming for help. He quickly notices me. Once he sees the supreme bone, he stops shouting right away. His eyes light up with joy. Dude, you're about to drown. And you still want the supreme bone? I clench my fist and punch out. A boom sounds in the air. The tidal wave gets blasted by an invisible giant fist. The guy vanishes instantly. Someone actually knows about the supreme bone? Looks like this world isn't low level. I send out my divine sense. Wait, what's that being? Shattered behind the 100-meter wave. I see a white line in the sky. Thought it was a cloud or something at first. But after sensing it, I blank out for a second. It's a row of massive waves. Compared to that, the earlier wave wasn't even a bump. That's definitely not just a wave anymore. Cataclysm fits better. Tall as millions of meters.
It could probably smash a planet.
I turn and start fleeing far away. This is an ocean world. Half an hour passes. Still no land in sight.
Instead,
I see another horizon-wide white line. That's clearly a row of real giant waves too. Could this world be a dead zone like the last one? Then what about the bone digger from before? Maybe the system forced them over here. That being said, I sigh and flee again. 1 hour later, I realize the ocean below is a water sphere. And it's colliding with another water sphere above? But maybe they're too far apart, because they're moving really slow. Seeing this, I give up fighting. Instead of wearing myself out, I might as well just lay back and watch them collide. Waited for 10 years. I've reached the 14th divine platform. This year, the two water spheres finally collide. Dang, I was hoping to see a spectacular explosion. But as soon as they crash, I black out instantly. Just died right there. Host is dead. Return complete. No gains this time. This talent. Supreme Bone is still kept. After a short break, I start a new journey again. Guess I'm getting lucky now. This time the system message is different. Ding, entered the Ayano world. Ayano world. A flash of the little beggar appears in my mind. Later he joined the King Shen sect. Became the chosen one. Then the sect was destroyed. And he was hunted down? The system voice interrupts my memory.
Congrats! You obtained the Dogu sword body blue.
Your hands were born to hold a sword. It's the ultimate sword immortal script now. Effect: training speed plus 10%, fate trigger rate plus 10%. Dogu sword body special effect. Unlocks Dogu 9 swords. Comprehension instantly doubles. A noisy crowd fills my ears. The scene in front of me becomes clear. I'm standing on a stone arch bridge. Vendors shouting on both sides, non-stop. Ayano World is guarded by a Buddha, so I decided to just play it safe. 10 million internal skill XP per day. Better not mess this up. Suddenly, a sharp scream broke out. Monster! The candied haw vendor pointed at me, trembling. The whole street went quiet instantly. I was totally confused by the crowd staring at me. I looked down at myself. Wow, this Nascent soul stage body really is ridiculously skinny. Clink, clink. 2 copper coins rolled to my feet. As I squatted down to pick up the money, I was roasting them in my mind. A nascent soul big shot mistaken for a beggar. But then I thought again. Being a beggar is actually the perfect disguise. After I'd picked up the coins, the young lady who tipped me first was still there. She and her maid stood quietly to the side. Would you like to work at my manor? The lady looked at me as I was still squatting. Her eyes were gentle. So skinny already. He probably can't even hold a bowl steady. For some reason, she just felt this beggar guy might not be as simple as he looked. I ignored the two of them, put the coins in my sleeve and left. Once I was finally out of their sight, I went straight to buy a house. And just like that, I settled down in the little town. I knew this was the wild playing world, so I might run into old acquaintances, but I was too lazy to ask around. I watched the sunrise and sunset every day, and practiced my sword in the yard. Now that's what you call living. A year went by. I broke through to the 10th divine platform realm. Word of the martial world reached this remote little town. 6 years ago, all the big sects suddenly lost their legacies. All the innate experts disappeared. Everybody got greedy for the sect's secret techniques. Since then, it's all chaos out there. Luckily, this town is way out in the sticks. There aren't any sects nearby either, so it's nice and peaceful here. I planted a peach tree in my yard. Didn't use any spring eternal art tricks on it. Just let it grow naturally. Got friendly with all my neighbors. There's this kid who bugs me every day. Brother Dogu, everyone says. You got this house because of Miss Yu. She's 18 this year. I'm 16. Help me get in touch with her, would you? Get lost, kid. No way a toad like you gets the swan. I laughed and shut the gate. The Yu family runs the biggest textile shop in town. A top-tier noble family. The following spring, my swordplay finally broke through. If I met that red freak again, I could hold my own without refined skin. The peach trees are over the wall now. I've reached the 16th divine platform. Getting wine at the inn today. I heard some shocking news. A female sword immortal is in Zhongzhou. In a long green dress. She took on Longhu Gate alone. And then the patron's eyes lit up. They say she killed many masters and walked away untouched. My hand paused with the wine bowl. A long green dress. Longhu Gate? Impressive. Could it be her? I shook my head, heading back with my wine jug. Brother Dogu. Hearing that name, I knew exactly who it was. That boy dreaming of the noble girl. Joe. He wore cheap martial arts gear, walking with his nose in the air. Don't I look handsome? I just smiled silently. Back in the courtyard, after a few drinks, I started my sword practice. That winter,
He knocked in that silly outfit.
Brother Dogu, come out with me. I'm gonna confess to Miss Yu. I shook my wine jug and shook my head. Can't you just give me some backup? Finally, he walked off into the snow. He actually looked the part from behind. Up in the loft, Miss Yu's father nagged about marriage. The maid suddenly pointed outside. Miss, look. That martial arts guy? How strange. Isn't he the dork who stares at you? Yu Mian glanced at Zhou and looked away instantly. Is Miss still unhappy? No, let's go to the boat. Next day, the yard next door was sold. The new owner wore a bamboo hat, just like me. He stayed inside all day. Even without my divine sense, I could hear him practicing. Clang, clang, clang. More desperate than even I was. It was snowing lightly. Yumian and her maid held umbrellas, knocking on the Hatman's door. Joe saw his crush from a distance. Sir, I am the daughter of the Yu family. My father is at the restaurant. A feast is already prepared. Would you please join us? No answer, until. You family people, stop coming here. Otherwise. Maybe he was fed up with them. The door didn't even open. Just an angry voice from inside. Then a flash of cold light. A chilling blade grazed her ear, cutting a lock of her hair. Joe came running over in a panic. The maid checked on the lady. Miss Yu, are you alright? The maid, annoyed, saw the panicked Joe and kicked him aside. By the time Joe got up, the ladies were already gone. Seeing his love being bullied, Joe just wanted to drag that man out and punish him severely. Do you want to die? Before he knew it, I was standing in the snow. I put a hand on his shoulder.
He's a warrior.
What are you? She's a noble lady. What are you? I have to say, my lecture worked. Joe stopped bothering the man. But since that day, Joe never knocked on my door again. Days later, seeing Joe start to drink, I thought it over and dropped a sword manual and guide right on the path he takes. Winter passed into spring. Now more people practiced in secret. 6 months later, the Yu patriarch brought a box and knocked on the Hat Man's door. 2 days later, the Hat Man became their star guest. Watching this from my yard, I looked at Joe practicing elsewhere. Half a year had gone by. His sword moves looked fierce, but he still hadn't refined his skin. No matter how hard he tried, the Yu family ignored him. Yet the Hat Man did nothing, and was treated with total respect. That is the gap. Another 6 months flew by. My cultivation broke through to the 17th divine platform. Joe hadn't visited once. No more Brother Dogu at the door. I'd go for wine occasionally, and heard news of AV. They'd call her the sword immortal now. A year had passed. She challenged Longhu Gate again. She wiped out the entire sect. Unlike last time, her name is known to everyone. She's now a top-tier master. Autumn Wind Town was all decorated. Wedding posters were everywhere. With a master's help, the Yu family became the town's elite. Even the law didn't dare cross them. Today is Yu Mian's wedding day. A match made in heaven. With Zhang Yin, the man in the bamboo hat. On the wedding day, Joe wore his favorite martial arts outfit. Miss Yu, he cut your hair that day. How can you marry him? He was full of resentment. The Yu patriarch's face went cold, with a murderous gaze. So did Zhang Yin. Before this, Joe was just a pretender. But today he drew his sword. Zhang Yin did the same. He moved like lightning, breaking Joe's sword in one strike. Joe had practiced this in his head. Every possible scenario, except his sword snapping instantly. Not even refined skin. And you dare ruin my wedding? Zhang Yin's next move went straight for the throat. Yu Mian lifted her veil slightly. She saw Joe, but she didn't stop it. She even looked a bit annoyed, just as the blade was to take his life. Forget it. Show some mercy. Though I didn't appear, Zhang Yin's blade hit a steel wall and shattered into pieces. The Vajra sword was broken. Zhang Yin backed away, alert. Looking around, Joe froze, looking past Zhang Yin, at Yu Mian behind him. She was still beautiful, but so cold it was heartbreaking. It was a crushing blow to him.
He stumbled back. Get out!
My voice rang out again. This time, at Joe. Zhang Yin's face tightened.
He looked at the ordinary Joe.
A master was protecting this nobody. Joe was 19 that year. He walked away unsteadily, leaving Autumn Wind Town. I watched him leave town alone. His parents don't care anymore. He just left like that. I stroked my chin, watching that guy walk away. Feels like this kid will make it someday. Another year went by in a flash. This year I just kept buying wine. No more news about Those days went by one after another. He did everything his way. His Buddhist skills reached the top, especially the great merciless Pranja Palm. It was truly the best in the world. No one could handle even one move. My eyes moved. Great merciless Pranja Palm. Wasn't it the great merciless Danye Fist? I know that skill. As for the mysterious foreigner in the restaurant, my brow twitched. I knew who it was. It must have been the bald guy who went to Shaolin with him before. Did he really combine two techniques and created a new palm art? Soon, another big snow hit our town. In the snow, I broke through to the 18th divine platform. Now only 4 out of 22 platforms are left. Then I can reach the limit. It should have been something to celebrate, but I looked worried. Because I wanted to master swordsmanship. By the time I broke into the transforming god stage. But even now, I'm still a little short. Feels like I just need a spark. This snow. The winter solstice in town was busier than ever. Jiang Yin's name was known now. The Yu family's business was spreading out from town, reaching other towns. In the snow, I noticed all the outsiders in town. I didn't care, just kept thinking, where's that chance I need? This winter solstice, everyone went to the lively main street. Only I kept heading to the tavern. Then I caught some quiet whispers. Is it confirmed? No doubt about it. Good, that makes it easier for us. We'll act tonight. Peerless swordsmanship. No need to guess their target. Other than Jiang Yin, no one else. Since the first time Jiang Yin entered the autumn wind formation years ago, I knew this kid would bring trouble. That night, a group in black attacked the Yu family. They killed without hesitation. The patrolling guards barely made a sound before their throats were slit. Looking at the scene, they came to wipe out the Yu family. All of them were skilled. Everyone had rock-hard abs. Only one of them wasn't. The group moved fast and clean. But Jiang Yin wasn't easy to beat either. Swords and blades clashed all night. Inside, Yu Mian listened in terror. On their wedding night, after Jiang Yin finished the wedding wine, he revealed a secret. He wasn't a normal person. He had enemies, he once said. If they ever came one day, just grab the secret manual under the pillow and run. Yu Mian pulled out a cloth bundle from under the pillow. He picked up the bundle. He just poked his head out and saw Jiang Yin lying in the rubble nearby. There were at least 10 sword wounds all over his body. Yu Mian choked up. He just wanted to turn around. When a strange wind suddenly hit, he fell, and the bundle fell to the ground. A book called Peerless Swordsmanship flew out, along with an old yellowed map-like scroll. It really seems the heavens want you dead. A man in black bent down to pick up the sword manual. He patted off the dust. Talk about getting it handed to you. His gaze shifted. The group looked fierce and cold, staring at Jiang Yin and Yu Mian. Before anyone spoke, there was a sudden heavy sigh. You got the Peerless Sword Manual, so just leave if that's what you wanted. Who's there? All the men in black looked around on guard. But I'm not here at all. I'm actually in a different courtyard, a few blocks away. If you don't want to go, then don't leave. As those words fell, Jiang Yin's eyes went wide. Yu Mian too, because in the darkness, those 4 seemingly unbeatable axe masters were suddenly blown away by a gust of wind. The next day, the Yu family barely escaped disaster. But they didn't spread the word. Everything carried on as normal. Jiang Yin wrapped his wounds. He stood in the courtyard. Husband, the Peerless Sword Manual is gone. It's fine. It's just a sword manual. Not important. He looked up stiffly. Yu Mian wasn't trained in martial arts, so he had no idea how terrifying last night was. Even he felt like a frog at the bottom of a well, just looking up at the moon. Senior, I'm the young master of Peerless City. My father and several great generals disappeared mysteriously. People wanted our sword manual, so we suffered this disaster. Thank you, Senior, for saving us. So with that, Jiang Yin talked in the courtyard the whole night, but got no answer at all. They stopped expanding their family's power, and chose to keep things steady instead. Time passed. In a blink, another year. The 20th Divine Altar City. That year, Passerby returned. He'd grown taller, and reached the skin-tempering stage. Senior Dagu.
I'm back.
Senior Dagu. I finally became a martial arts master. I want to challenge him. Senior Dagu. I hope you'll witness my challenge. Why do you want to challenge him? Because I finally see myself clearly. I want closure for what I lost deep inside. I want closure for what I've lost. What exactly did you lose? You say he doesn't love you. But truth is, you don't love him either. You just came from nothing, and pinned all your hopes and dreams on him. To you, he's flawless, perfect, but really, he's just ordinary. And so are you. After those words, suddenly peach blossoms began to bud in the courtyard. Makes me think of the sword path. Like I too thought the sword path was so high and mighty, so deep and perfect. But maybe it's not that special after all. Passerby came and went. In the end, he didn't challenge anyone. He just slipped in quietly and left quietly. But compared to before, he seemed to have learned something. When he left, there was a sword at his waist, making him look more and more like a swordsman. 2 years passed. I've reached the 22nd divine altar now. I finally reached the peak of Nascent soul stage. System interface. The breakthrough option lit up. Incarnation breakthrough. Merge body. The EXP needed is 1,024,000. It looks like a lot, but actually, that's just a day's worth of insight. I can break through any time. After the 22nd divine altar, my flesh and blood is restored. I'm a good-looking young man again. Closed the panel. I didn't rush the breakthrough, but looked at the big peach tree in the yard. Even now, the peach tree hasn't bloomed yet. But it's not a big deal. I'm not in a hurry anymore. That year, rumors spread in the martial world that the legendary Green Arrow Fairy challenged Buddha of Tianju at Mount Tai. This will be the ultimate fight. About I challenging the big ball guy, honestly, not being interested is just not possible. Now that my body's recovered, I definitely can't stay in Autumn Wind Town. I glanced at the peach tree in the yard, stood up and got ready to go.